Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining with us as we reflect on a beautiful feast, the Feast of Christmas. We're so blessed to have the faith of the Catholic Church in a special way. Even though at times the church struggles, the ritual is something that we must keep before us. And what I see are two major pieces in that. The first piece we're in right now, Advent, Christmas Day, and then Christmas season, the octave after Christmas. So if you want to think about it, it's prepare for what? It's experiencing what you prepared for, and then it's reflecting on what that experience was. So it's prepare, experience, and reflect. It's a good way to look at the movement of God in your life. And the second feast is the Easter time, where it's Lent, Easter itself, and the Easter season. So that's important too. It's again, you prepare, you experience, and you reflect. Now it's quite fascinating that there's two feasts. The first feast at the end of Christmas is the Feast of Epiphany. At the end of Easter season, it is the Feast of Pentecost. So what it's basically saying, after you have moved through that experience of Christmas, you're called to be a light to others. And then at Easter, Pentecost, that you're empowered to change and transform the lives of others. So let us look at the Christmas season and time. A light. I want you just to listen to the prophet Isaiah. This is a Christmas Mass during the night. It's the first reading. The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. Upon those whom dwelt in the land of gloom, a light has shone. You have brought them abundant joy and great rejoicing. The light. So the question you have to deal with and I have to deal with is, how am I going to be the light when I gather with people on Christmas Day? How am I going to show them something that they normally don't see, that will basically begin to open their heart to allow God to touch deeply into their darkness and their gloom? And a lot of people are struggling with this right now. A lot of people are dealing with depression, anxiety, and you name it. So what does it mean that I'm going to be a light when I gather with those who I'm called to gather with? It's very simple. When you go to any of the gatherings, when you even are by yourself, what you're going to try to seek to do and ask God the grace to do it and the strength to do it is have no expectations of anyone and anything. No expectations. And that you're going to be in a loving stand and posture where you're going to actively seek to smile, to bring a sense of joy, even though you may feel sad inside, even though you're struggling, because it's not you who's going to come into this moment, in this encounter at Christmas. It's going to be God's love coming in and through you, the pure, unconditional love, so that you and others can bathe themselves in that love during the octave of Christmas, the Christmas season that ends at Epiphany. So what you're going to try to do, it's not going to be easy, but no expectations. So if anyone gives you a drop of water, thank them, appreciate them, celebrate them. Versus saying, is that all it is? That's all? So no matter what they give you, how they respond, it doesn't matter. Because you want to bring the light to them, the very light of God, the very light of Christ. So no expectations on anyone. And that's pretty hard. So whenever you find yourself turning in on yourself and talking to yourself, that means that you have some expectation that's not being fulfilled. And therefore you turn the light out, you turn it off, and then everything becomes dark again. So I'm going to ask you to consider, to make an honest effort, and then reflect on that during the octave or the 8 days of Christmas after, and to see if you're ready now at the Feast of the Epiphany to be that light as you journey through the winter months and into the spring. Can you do that? I hope so. Have a great Christmas. Have a great encounter with God by being the very face of God as you relate to others in the parties and gatherings you're with. Have a peaceful, peaceful time and a very deep stillness as you love as God does. Thank you.